fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. So, good morning, Elise. How you doing? You don't know me. I'm Anthony Vincent's cousin, Tony. She
Tony
was,
V?
It was a little bit...
Is that Tony? Are you Tony V?
Tony V, yeah.
Oh, good morning. Yeah, good morning. I've actually heard of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know so much about
famous,
you. I feel like I've met you.
I'm kind of a big deal, over there in my part of the town over here. So, he's going to be a little bit late this morning.
He's always late.
I don't say stuff like this often because he's late and I came in and I just know where everything is and I thought,
he told you?
I thought I would maybe do a little bit of the show until he gets here. He was running late. He was with some broad the other day and I think he got drunk and
is that what happened?
Yeah. He has a little trouble.
He hasn't been answering my calls, so I was a little concerned.
He told me you've been a freaking pain in the ass with the phone calls and the texts and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I can be that way.
Yeah, that's what he said. But he said you're nice. He said you're nice. And, I just wanted to.
So he gave you his stuff to.
No. He wouldn't give up anything. He
just gave you permission to just come here and do the show with me.
Not really. What I did was I pulled a couple of the spark plug wires off his car.
Is that why he's late?
Yeah, so
because you wanted to get on the radio.
I've been trying to get on this show for.
And he didn't want you to.
No, I don't know why. It's like we're blood,
Yeah, I understand.
You should bring me in and fill me in on these kind of things over here.
I see. So what did you want to talk about, Tony?
I want to talk about
Come on, spit it out, Tony.
Oh, he did say you were a pain in the ass. I guess this is what he means.
Come on, get it out.
I want to talk about the honeymoon stage of relationships because
you have relationships, Tony.
Well, I've been married 3 times, and it always seems as though things are good in the beginning, but then after a while they change, and they call that the honeymoon thing.
I think that there might be a reason that things change for you.
Well, sure, because
it just might be the way you are.
Hey, you know what I say, and this is the truth, and I say this from the bottom of my heart.
What's that?
God made us all perfect. Whether you agree with the way another person is or whatever, he made us perfect.
I agree. God made us all perfect.
Yes, he did.
That's fine. The only thing is that you're stealing air.
No. It's he's a little late.
You pulled out. You ruined his car.
Well, I didn't ruin it. All he got to do was look under the hood and put the wires back on it.
Does he know that?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
But I understand that after you've been in the relationship for a while, things.
Oh, he's just going to go right into the relationship.
Yeah, right into the relationship thing, and
all right, I bite.
Your partner, you're no longer newly whatevers. So
you're no longer newlyweds. That's right.
Whatever.
So
newlywed, newly partners, newly buddies. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is you're probably starting to notice all kinds of signs.
Well, because you're not in the honeymoon stage anymore.
That's right. But what I'm saying, Alicia, is that's totally natural. That's totally natural, kiddo. It's not something to worry about because the truth is...
Well, there are different phases of relationships.
Right, and the honeymoon stage isn't even the best part of a relationship.
It's not,
you see, it's the longer you're with someone, the better you know them, and you learn what makes them happy.
That is true. You learn what makes them happy. Maybe
I've been talking to my cuz. He don't know know what the freak makes you happy. He tries.
I have to tell you something. He doesn't try. I have to tell you something, though. This is very, very good. So you care about what makes people happy?
Yeah, of course. I'm a good guy. Just,
So you want them to feel good about themselves and you want them to feel loved, right?
Of course. I don't want anybody pissed, Elise, and
How many girlfriends do you have?
oh, I don't know. I don't keep count,
Do you have, what, like 3 or 4?
Oh, I mean, I probably got a couple of more than that.
5, 6? What, are you
probably-
blowing dust?
Hey, that's an old term I know all about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I probably got about 5 different girls, but
But
not
do you
all
make-
at the same time. Not at the same
Not
time.
all at the same time.
No,
Good for
no,
you. I'm
no,
happy to
no,
hear that,
no.
Tony.
I'm not
Okay.
Superman.
So what do you have? 2 or 3 at the same time?
Well, it depends. How
2?
it doesn't matter what I have.
Well,
because we're not
it's very-
talking. We're not
but I
talking about
am.
me.
But I am talking
No.
about you. I wanted to ask you a very, very specific question.
Personal?
A little bit.
Oh no, we don't talk
But not
personal
too-
on the
no,
radio because I
nothing
don't know
sexual.
you. I don't know you that well. I don't know
but
you.
you're
so
on the radio show with me,
that's
and this
right.
is what we do.
But I know
we talk personally for people so that they can understand about their relationships, Tony.
Yeah, well, let's talk about their relationships.
Okay, but I just wanted to ask you a question.
All right.
What you would do.
Ask the question. I don't know if I'm going to answer. I don't know if I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't even know if I'm going to like it. But you just tell me, and
well,
I'll do the best I
if you can't tell
can.
the truth, then I'm going to say maybe it just runs in the blood.
Oh, that was not nice. That's why I understand why this
understand?
guy is losing his hair over here. He's pulling it out. He ain't losing it. Every freaking week he's got to put up. I only been here 5 minutes and you're painting my ass already. Good
Oh
Lord.
my gosh.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you something. Do you make time for your ladies?
Oh, of course. I got a schedule that I got to keep. Yeah,
okay, but you
it's
make
a schedule.
You make time
Yeah,
for them.
Of course. That's why they love me. I make them
because you
feel-
make time.
Yeah, you see.
See, it's
now
all
Anthony,
about-
my cuz, he makes you feel beautiful. He makes you look beautiful. See, I make you feel loved. And I'm really a good guy in spite of whatever
that's
you're
very
thinking. I
sweet.
know.
Oh, no,
I
I'm not thinking
know
anything.
I could tell the way you're looking at me that you don't like because maybe I don't have the education that you have.
But you
I'm
seem
not
like a sweet guy.
I'm not stupid. I went
never
to
said
school.
you were stupid.
I graduated to high school, and then college people they look down on me. You know what I do?
What?
I crack them right in the face.
No, you look like a very sweet guy.
Hey,
you
I
look
am.
like you're very nice.
I try.
And if you make time for your ladies, and I don't mean just spend time with them when you're free, if you actually make time to spend with them, then you're ahead of the game because that's a really cool thing.
Oh yeah, what happens when you spend that time? You know their soul, and when you know their
But
soul,
not just one of them. You can't just spend time with just one of them. If you have many of them, you have to make time for all of them.
I'm Italian. There's a lot of me to go around. It's like I don't know. When God stuffed me with testosterone, I think He put a little too much. I don't know. I don't know. But what was I saying about the soul, knowing their soul?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you
it's-
spend time, the more you know your partner, the more you spend time with your partner, the more you know their soul.
That's right, and that doesn't happen till way into the relationship.
That's
you
after
know?
the honeymoon stage.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, and that's the best part of relationship happens after that honeymoon stage ends.
Absolutely. But because you see, the thing is that once real life starts to happen, you start to see a different light with each other. You start to see each other differently. I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed that things are going to go well if you pay attention and if you take into consideration your partner's feelings and understand them.
Well, I don't know. We think we're talking about two different things over here. You see, what I'm thinking when the real life starts to happen, and you're in the relationship and you go on dates, with your lady. it becomes a little harder to go on a date, but
Why?
once you do, because your life gets in the way. There's work and there's this, and you already got each other. I hate to say this, but sometimes you take a little each other for granted. So what I think it's pretty much guaranteed that you look forward to the date. Even a lot more than when you were dating. That you're now partners, you look forward to that date.
Because you're not typically going out. And so you're looking forward to spending that alone time.
Yeah, but why does it do that? Why do you typically stop going out? That's the girl that you love and you want to show off, and you want people to see her shake her ass out there, and
I don't know why that stops.
And
I don't know why that stops. Do you?
I don't know. That's why I wanted to come here and talk about it, because, even though Anthony tells me you're a pain in the ass, he says, "Oh, you're the smartest girl he knows." He's a smart. And I thought that if I, like I said, if I could, he wouldn't let me on the show. I asked him 100 times. For years I've been wanting to come on this show.
Now you see that?
Finally, and I got to tell you.
You figured out how to do it.
I saw it on
You knock his car out, and there it is.
I saw it on a TV show. It was like, they wanted to
What's going to
slow
happen
the
when
guy
he finally
down.
gets here?
And what he's probably going to kick my ass. I don't know, but
Pretty much.
I saw it on a TV show. They wanted to slow him down a little bit, so they just popped one or two of the wires off of the the spark
It's
plugs,
really cold out there, and he doesn't like the cold, so he's not going to check under the hood. He's going to call AAA, and you're just going to have the whole show with me.
That's good. That's going to give me the time over here to spend. Maybe I could do the whole show. I don't know.
You might be able to.
Yeah, who cares? We'll see. We'll try. By now,
I have to tell you something. He's calling me, but I'm not going to answer. He knows I'm recording. Yeah, he's calling and texting.
You totally know your co-host, and you love him anyway. Is that right?
There are times, yes.
Yeah. But seriously, Alicia, most people have faults, So,
Yes.
so finding, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one.
Okay.
Finding somebody who you can be 100% authentical with, 100% of the time. I'm telling you, that's a major benefit.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
That is true. When you can be yourself, that's wonderful. But when you lie and you can't be yourself, that's not good.
Well, sometimes you gotta lie, in the beginning of some relationships. Like, for instance,
I don't think there's ever a reason to lie.
It's hard to tell your new partner that, that her mom doesn't need to keep popping over every day whenever she feels like it and calls every 10 minutes, and so you lie so that you get her out of the house. You unplug the phone so it doesn't ring. You hide the car so when she comes by, she thinks you're not home. And you change the lock so she can't just come in with her own key over there.
Well, you don't want her to come in during sexy time.
I don't want her to come in anytime.
Okay,
Are you
but
kidding me?
I understand that. So there have to be boundaries. Boundaries are very important.
Yeah. Well, there was a book out. I think. And my cuz is always talking about his buddy Dave Ramsey, and he got a book out. And my cuz got every book. I don't know. He reads a lot. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
It's called and it's called and he's good looking too. Runs in the family. Don't you think so? Don't you think so, Leash? Look.
You are very good looking.
The way look. Yeah. Thank you.
You look very much alike.
I know.
Yeah, you look very much alike.
That's the way it is. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
So, but later on in the conversation and in the relationship, it gets a lot easier.
How? Why does it get easier?
Well, because you know the person a little bit better. You don't necessarily have to, make up, stuff. She just. You're
just yourself.
You just be yourself.
Yeah.
Because you practice with each other, and it makes perfect. And And what
is
I
so
like
funny.
and I understand,
My
if,
phone's blowing up, Al. He's
Just-
calling me and calling me.
15
Should I
minutes with
answer?
you over here. No, let's.
Not yet.
Where was I? See, he tells me you start talking and you go off the subject and you make him forget what's going on. I understand him now. What is good is good alone time. Alone time is good.
Alone time
Yes,
is
and now I know
just
what
as
he.
important as together time,
Right.
especially when you share almost everything with someone. Alone time is so important because then you can be together and be authentic with each other. Alone time is the key, and I repeat, the key to a good relationship. When you spend time with somebody and make time for somebody, that is how you keep a relationship going. When you don't make time for somebody and you make time for somebody else constantly, that relationship will end. That is the truth.
Alish. No relationship is perfect. Arguments are bound to happen in relationships with co-hosts. In fact, I'm telling you, and I'm telling you the truth, it's healthy. It is healthy. And it's
What's
like
healthy?
Arguments.
Arguments are healthy?
Yes, it's how you react to them, Elise, that makes all the difference.
That is the truth. Definitely the truth.
And by now, Elise, you should both know how to react, or to at least apologize to maintain that healthy and happy. Healthy. That's a combination between healthy and happy.
Healthy?
Healthy. Yes, that's a good.
a new word.
That's right. We have. Hey, my family. We have all kinds of words.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
sure.
words that like struns and jidrol and yes.
Jadrol. Oh boy, Al.
Al, you know what a jidrol is? Yeah, well, I met one in the hall. I'm going to point them out to you a little.
A jadrol.
So,
I think I'm sitting next to one. Ouch!
whoa! Did she just insult me? Wow. I'm doing my best over here.
You're
with
doing great.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
Yeah, well, then you
Oh.
just slapped me with a left-handed compliment over there. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm telling you, just Alish, be honest. Don't
I
pretend.
agree with you 100%.
Hey.
Honesty is the best policy, always has been, always will be. Tony, what you just said, why don't you say it again? Just so it's clear.
Alish, be honest. Don't pretend. Don't pretend you like sushi. Don't pretend.
I love sushi.
Don't pretend you like your husband's best friend. Don't pretend.
I don't.
You like oral sex like Susan did when I married that little bitch the first time. Oh man, things were great. We're on our honeymoon. We're doing all kinds of things. And then on the honeymoon, right when we're coming back, she says to me, "Hey, I don't really like that. You got to put everything on the table, but you got to make sure that table is sturdy. You don't play games like that crap. You either like it or you don't. You like your
Exactly.
husband's best friend or you don't.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. I
So-
hear you, Tony.
So wait a minute. I'm telling you, you gotta.
I think he's calling the station
You
phone
got
now.
a good. Yeah, I'm gotta wrap this up over here because if
You better,
if he
because he's
comes in,
gonna
I'm
be here
gonna
and-
get my ass kicked. I'll tell you that right now.
You're
I
not
could
good
feel
for
it. I
long.
could feel it. But Alish, you
Yeah.
fall deeper in love every day. For me. That's why I got the 5 girlfriends. I've searched high and low for the perfect woman. And I got to tell you, I finally found her. Unfortunately, she was looking for the perfect man.
You know, it's so funny. Your cousin says that all the time.
Hey, it's in the family. It's in the blood. It's in the blood, you know?
Yeah.
So, now, and you know, another thing I wanted to talk about was, Hey, what? Tony, what the freak are you doing? Get the hell out of here.
It's like an
Tony,
Italian massacre.
Tony, what are you doing taking over? What did you do? Did you freak up my car or what?
It's like an Italian massacre.
Ann, I was just trying to help over here. We weren't helping very good. We messed up the show. I missed the first hour.
No, he was
now,
good.
Get the heck out of here.
He was really good.
Oh, but cause I mean, ask.
He was good.
Ask the guy. I was pretty good. See, she said I was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're great. Now get the hell out of here before I kick you in the ass.
Anthony, ask Alish.
Hey, Alish, it was really nice. It was really
Tony
nice.
was
what you
very
got.
sweet.
Let me get the hell out of here.
It was very nice.
Yeah, because
seeing you.
I don't
Mwah,
want. Okay, guys, I'll see it. Maybe maybe another time, huh?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Next time he goes on vacation, I'll give you a call.
Oh no. We're no recording when I'm on vacation.
Yeah, we'll see.
All righty. Oh, what the hell was? Give me my microphone back. What the heck was that about?
He wanted to get on the show.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, what does he think? He's your cousin Barbara?
I don't know what he thinks, actually. It was hard to
Wow.
decipher.
Jeez. So what the heck was going on here?
We were talking about relationships.
What did him?
And
He's
he was
got a
actually
different
pretty
relationship
smart.
every week.
Yes, but he actually said one thing that was very, very smart.
What was that?
If you want to keep a relationship real, spend time, make time. Very important.
Well, that's the truth. That is the truth.
So he knew that.
Alrighty. Let me group together. Are we recording?
We've
All right.
been.
Oh, jeez. That's
Yeah.
going to be fun. We're going to have to hear that back.
Yeah.
Well, so, you know what I wanted to talk about, at least?
I can't imagine. Oh, thank you for saying my name correctly.
It's Elise. What's the problem?
Oh, well, your cousin calls me Alish.
Alish. Well, he's got a problem over there. He talks Brooklyn or something. I don't know what the hell he's got. So anyway, I'm reading this article, and there's a group of women, and they were of all sizes. They were tall, short, fat, skinny, in between. And what they did is they recreated the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Oh.
And I saw
Without the Victoria's Secret models?
without the Victoria's Secret models.
Okay. Interesting.
What it was, the Victoria's Secret fashion show was, I don't know, a month or so ago. It was right after Thanksgiving.
Yes, it always is every year.
Yeah, and if you've guessed, even if you didn't watch it, the models are all thin.
Oh my God, they're
I mean,
all amazingly thin.
tiny.
Yes, they are. There's one or two though that have a little bit extra because they're the curvy ones, even though they're 5'10" or 6 feet
And weigh 97 pounds.
Well, no, not these couple of girls. They have a little bit more leg, a little bit more butt, a little bit more boob. They're normal sized, actually thinner than normal, actually, but they're heavier than the stick figure origination.
Okay, well,
So
this group of women, they were all sizes, and what they did is they recreated the fashion show, and it was beautiful. In fact,
well, women are beautiful, especially
course.
when they feel beautiful. They look beautiful no matter what.
well,
No,
that's
except there are
why
some
they
that-
come to us.
There are
Elise,
some that we
our
even can't help.
secret-
And that's not because
But
we can't
they're
help
more
them.
appreciative.
They're not. The ones that I'm saying we can't help, they're ugly on the inside because they're mean and volatile and nasty. And those women can't be helped because that's coming from within. So that's what I was saying. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. If you're a beautiful person on the inside, that will always shine through.
Well, no matter what, we should all embrace our bodies just
Absolutely.
as, no matter what they look like.
Of course.
And it's not a secret that the official Victoria's Secret fashion show models all have similar body types.
Yes, they do.
Thin.
Very.
Yeah. And over the years, the lack of body diversity really hasn't gone unnoticed. And I think that's why they put those two little thicker, if you even want to call that.
You know, I mean, they're positively gorgeous.
Well, of course, they're
and
Victoria's Secret models.
No, the ones that are too thin, I don't think that's too gorgeous. There's nothing pretty about a made-up skeleton walking down the aisle wearing jeweled bikini. You know, I mean, that's not pretty, I don't think. But these girls, the ones that have just a little bit extra, that look a little healthier, they're stunning, absolutely stunning. Like, you could just see, you know, that they have a little bit of leg, and they're muscular, and they're gorgeous.
Well, you know, I watched the video of the recreated fashion show, you know, and before those women went on the runway, they talked about their bodies, you know, and some said that they were a little hesitant to walk in front of a bunch of people wearing next to nothing.
Right.
But what they wanted to do was to promote body positivity. And that's what this fashion show is all about. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
that is huge, though. Body positivity is huge, especially, you know, the fact that they were able to do that helps the girls that are really in trouble with it. The age from 9 to about 16, those are the girls, you know, you're just growing into yourself. And to see something like this, to see body positivity is about everybody's body shape and style, is very important, because to watch the actual Victoria's Secret fashion show, if you're a kid, that's tough. It's tough, because if you don't look like that, that's depressing. It just is, especially with what the touch-ups that they have and the magazine covers that they see all the time. You know, girls have a very hard time with it. Well, and so do boys.
Sure. You know, it's not about promoting one body type. You know,
no, it's about anybody is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful.
It's all different types of bodies.
Of course.
You know, and if you're happy and healthy, that's all that should really matter.
Of course.
You know, in this video, they were different ages, they were different sizes, they were different ethnicities, and most of them.
That's just beautiful. That's fantastic. I'm going to look that up. I want to see that.
It really was a beautiful fashion show, and it was amazing.
Is there a website or something?
Yeah. It what was the wadi? Geez, I have it around. It's
okay. Well, if anybody is interested in seeing this beautiful video, just email me at trendradio920@gmail.com, and I'll send you the email along with a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon, and we'll give you Victoria's Secret hair.
Absolutely. And I just found the website. It's called Women Recreated the Victoria's Secret Show.
Oh, fantastic. So you got that. Women Recreated the Victoria's Secret Show. So you can see that, and you can have your own Victoria's Secret hair.
That's right. And you know what? They had like the video flipping back and forth from the beautiful Victoria's Secret models and these regular women in sexy underwear. I found, for me, I related to the regular women with regular bodies more so than I did those little stick figures that almost seem to me to be
not real. They're not real.
Yeah, they're not real.
Yeah,
they're not real. These were real women, and I thought they were beautiful. I thought they were sexy, and I've actually.
That's another thing. Sexy comes from within. And so if you feel sexy, you're going to look sexy. If you feel beautiful, you're going to glow. Beauty will come out. If you're nice and kind and good inside, that shows. That shows.
But they were scared to death,
of course,
to be going out in their underwear with all of their flaws that they thought were, you know, in their bodies.
Sure.
But
I can understand that.
Well, when they went out, and the people screamed and applauded and whistled and yelled, you could see their faces changed, their body movements changed. They held their heads up higher, their chests were out further, and you just knew.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this.
Oh, it really, really good. Everybody should.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, you're really going to enjoy it.
I know.
And you know, there's another article that I was reading. There was this park, and I can't remember where it was. It'll come to me. And what they did is they decorated the trees with condoms. So when you're walking through the park,
Oh, so you could just pick a condom instead of an apple.
yeah.
You know what? That's fantastic. This way, you can walk through the park and know that you're going to be sexually safe and sound that night.
That's right. In fact,
Do you know where the park is?
yeah, it was in Texas. I was talking to
that's a riot.
our friend Leanne a couple of days ago, and she was telling me, you know, about it's a particular public park, and the health workers in Travis County, in Texas, Travis County's in Texas, hung condoms from trees to raise the awareness about safe sex.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You know, Travis County, Texas has seen a surge of HIV diagnoses in 2015.
Wow.
And that's according to a report that 288 people were diagnosed with HIV last year.
Wow.
How
so
can
then
that be?
That's amazing that they did this
Yeah.
to make awareness stick like that. That's fantastic. What a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, and that was the highest number the county has ever encountered.
That is so important. Safe sex is so important. Using a condom is so important. You know, the other day, it was very interesting. My husband borrowed my son's gym bag, and he went into one of the pockets, you know, put his keys in, and as he was pulling his keys out, he pulled out a condom, and he started to laugh because it was his son. You know, it was Zach's bag. Zach would just die right now if he knew I was saying this, but I was so happy that there were condoms in that bag because at least I know that he's safe, you know, and that's a very important thing.
What if you found condoms in your daughter's bag?
At least
Different.
I would know she's safe.
Okay.
At least I would know she was.
You wouldn't laugh at that, though, would you?
I was laughing that Brian actually found them when he stuck his hand in to get his keys.
Okay.
That's what I was laughing at.
It was still in the wrapper, though, right?
Yeah, they were in the wrapper. They were wrapped up. But I was happy that, you know, at least, you know, and they were all different kinds, Brian said. He was like, what? But I was glad that, you know, he was practicing safe sex because that's the last thing I need right now. Anything not safe. But beyond that, it's a matter of not only getting somebody pregnant, but about, you know, safely, you know, not, you know, chancing the fact that somebody might not have a disease or, you know,
And
something.
you don't want anybody calling you grandma.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Not looking for that.
So anyway, these social workers at the Austin's Health and Human Services Department, they went to the Walnut Creek Park to hang these fancy bags containing condoms, lube, and information about HIV testing.
Really smart.
Yes. Now
The lube too.
Yes,
Very
the lube
smart.
too. And it's just something creative, something unique. And they said that they were actually evaluating to see the effectiveness because they wanted to make sure that access to condoms is easy. But now that doesn't make sense to me. You know, going through the trouble of hanging these condoms, which I do think is a cool thing, but is it me or is condom access not easy?
Well, no, condom access is easy, but sometimes it's hard to go up to the, you know, to the cashier and pay for them. You know, some people are a little shy and they don't want to go into the pharmacy and buy the condoms. You know, these days, though, you can order everything on Amazon. So it's like not that big a deal. But if you need something for that night and you don't have it, you would have to go either to the park in Texas or to wherever you are and go into the drugstore and pay for them. And people feel ashamed sometimes and they feel uncomfortable which they shouldn't, because they're just, they don't want herpes, and you have to be careful about that. So you need to use a condom. So I think it's a great idea to make everybody aware.
Well, these fancy bags were meant first and foremost to be a conversation starter that promotes the awareness about safe sex. And we talk about safe sex all the time.
All the time. It is so important.
Yeah, last week I think we had a whole segment on how to use a condom, because a lot of people evidently don't know how to use one.
That is true.
And
they absolutely don't. They don't know what size to get. They don't know what to use. And, sometimes the directions don't really make a whole lot of sense. If anybody really wants that information again, email us at trendradio920@gmail.com, and we will send that information to you.
Yeah, at least we'll teach you how to put a condom on. You practice with a banana, don't you? Something like that. That's what you have this banana right here, but I don't know, it looks half eaten.
Yeah,
So
I ate half of it.
Yeah, you're a hungry girl.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, your cousin ate half of it with me.
He's a character, that guy.
Yeah, he was very funny.
So this whole scheme wasn't really intended to be in your face or to be demeaning, or anything like that. It was really intended to provide information for people to access the education.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And I think that's so smart and so important. And whoever actually thought of that, well, kudos to you, because that's a really cool thing. I think it's absolutely wonderful.
Yo, cuz, I was just listening on the radio. Can I come in? Can I got something to say. I really got something to say about that, cuz. Is it okay?
Oh, my God.
Tony, get out of here, Tone. I'll talk to you later before I kick your ass.
Oh, gosh.
Go home. What the hell is the matter with him?
I don't know. I really don't know. I've tried to figure it out, but I just can't.
The guy's got like mental issues.
You think?
I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue at all.
Yeah, I would say mental issues.
No.
Definitely mental issues.
So, I have such a really nice story.
Okay.
This husband, who loves his wife dearly and his children, what he did is he converted an extra closet in their house into a dream vanity for his hardworking wife, nurse, mother of his children.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, wasn't it great?
What did he do for her? How did he make the vanity?
Oh, I got a picture of it here somewhere. Let me find it now, and I'll show you. And Elise, when it comes to relationships, there can be a lot of different ways to show your love.
Absolutely.
And it's...
Doing something special for somebody, though, is a beautiful thing. That really is. How did he do this?
Well, it's always the little things that matter.
Only the little things.
That's right. Big things too, but the little things
are, like spending time with each other.
That's right.
Like making time for each other. Like doing something that is going to put a smile on his or her face. Mm-hmm. So important.
Yeah, and that could be from, everyday little surprise gifts to, just to telling them that you love them every day.
Yes, a sweet little text message.
Yeah.
That just says hi with a smiley face and a kiss.
Yeah.
Very sweet. Do you know it only takes 2 seconds to send one little text message of either, a smiley face or a kiss or the words hi. It takes 2 seconds.
Providing you know how to work your phone.
There are 24 hours in a phone. 2 seconds that says I love you is amazing.
That's right. And Elise, no matter what your gift giving style, all that matters is that it has a special meaning for the one you love. Maybe
Absolutely.
like those text messages.
Yeah.
But for a certain husband, he went the extra mile by giving his wife something that
That is
she
beautiful.
really wanted. And that was converting an extra closet into her dream vanity.
That is so beautiful.
And, how's that for love, huh?
That is such a beautiful thing.
It all started when Carrie Kolish mentioned to her husband that she wished that she had her own little space, to get ready in the morning,
Oh.
or when she was headed out.
Oh, that's nice.
So Todd, her husband, took her words to heart by building her own space in an unused closet. It was an extra closet. And
Oh, how sweet is that?
he completed it with the word flawless in a sign. It's a pink and white color scheme and a stool that's fit for a queen.
Oh,
And that's what
so
he tells her she
nice.
is. I got a picture of it right over here. Let me find
Oh,
it.
that is beautiful. That is so sweet. Oh, he did a really nice job. If anybody wants to see this, just email me at trendradio920@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to send you a picture of that.
Yeah, when you open the door, there's a big fluffy stool, and there's a wraparound kind of like a C-shaped vanity with a big mirror, and there's pink and white stripes
And
all
right
over
above it says flawless with a sign, and it's well lit so she can see herself. That's
right,
really
right over
nice.
top of the mirror. And
Yeah.
and I don't know, he may have even outfitted it with some perfume and some brushes and things that I see.
That is so sweet.
Yeah,
So she has her own little space to get ready now, and she can call that her own,
that's right.
And
And her husband Todd says that his wife is beautiful, and that the mother of their three deserved to have this space all to herself.
Aw.
Besides being a busy wife and a mother, Carrie also works full-time as a nurse. And he says it's rare that she gets an opportunity to put herself first.
Well, now she can spoil herself every single day by getting ready in this beautiful little space.
And I think what even would make her feel more beautiful is that he went through the trouble of designing this.
Well,
and,
he took the extra step to make her feel important.
Yes, he
And
did.
that's what it's all about. He made her feel important, because when you feel important and you know that then you know that you are important to that person. And that is just huge. It's all about that. It's all about how you make somebody feel.
That's right. And social media took note of how much this space meant for Carrie. So Carrie's sister tweeted out the transformation of the vanity.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And she reached over 66,000 people.
Isn't that amazing?
And
It's amazing what you can do on social media.
that's right. And, pricey gifts may be how other people show their affection, but for Todd and Carrie, transforming this closet into a dream vanity,
See, that's the thing. It's really not about a pricey gift.
for some people it is.
It's about something that makes you feel good. It's about, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on somebody. What matters is that you give that person something to show how much you love them and care about them. That's what it's all about. So it could be a flower that you pick, that shows that you are thinking of somebody. It could be as simple as a whisper in the ear, I love you. It could be, a napkin with a heart on it that when you pull it out of your lunch bag, there's a little heart for you. That's a sweet thing. That's loving. And that's showing that you're important to somebody.
That's true. That's true. And so her dream vanity, I wonder if that put her in a dream state, because that's love.
Well, I think that sex actually puts you in a dream state, according to some scientists.
That's right. Scientists confirms that sex really does put you in a dream state. I don't know if it's exactly the way that Vanity has done it.
Well, I'm sure the Vanity was a different kind of state.
Well, there's this...
Unless they're having sex in the Vanity, but I can't imagine. It looked like a little small.
It was kind of a tight space, but
yeah, but you can do a lot in a tight space.
that's right. Yeah. We did a show a few weeks ago on how to have sex in tight spaces.
Yeah. So they probably could do that.
That's right. We're not going to talk about that now.
No.
But,
No.
well,
It was a very sweet story. We don't need to ruin it.
that's right. So anyway, there's this new study that the rhythmic nature of getting it on makes people lose self-awareness and to lose control. And it's called neural entrainment.
Neural entrainment. Do you know, I've never heard that terminology before.
There's a lot of terminologies that on our show that we talk about.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
You only hear it right here on Trend Radio with Elise and Anthony Vincent. Because you're always coming up with stuff I never heard before.
Yeah, I never heard this one. So what does it mean?
Well, if the sexual stimulation is intense enough, the study says that a sustained rhythm spreads through the brain and dulls the other senses. Neural entrainment.
Wow. That is interesting. Huh. Wow. So go on.
So, orgasms really are mind-blowing.
Yeah, they can be.
The study, published in the Journal of Socio-Affective Neuroscience and Psychology, compares the rhythm of sex to the meditative effect of pushing someone on a swing.
Oh, wow.
Except the sex is a lot more fun.
Absolutely, but imagine that for a minute. Pushing someone on a swing and comparing it. That is interesting.
That's right. It causes neurons in the brain to oscillate at the same frequency.
That is interesting.
Cats do this too with their purrs. Purrs oscillate their vocal cords, and it is very calming. It has a real calming effect to the cat and to the cat owner or whoever's petting or stroking the cat.
Wow.
There's therapeutic.
That's why they want to have actually cats in nursing homes.
Yeah.
Because it is so therapeutic. I remember that they're trying to pass a law in certain nursing homes for that reason. Dogs are a little bit too loud, and that would be, that would affect some people, but cats aren't.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little searching. Maybe in a future show we can maybe talk about the cats and dogs and the differences and whatnot.
Okay.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Anyway, getting back to this particular study, the lead researcher, Adam Safran, he wants people to stop viewing sex in terms of pleasure only and start looking at it as a totally different state of mind.
But it is a totally different state of mind.
I think so.
It's not only about pleasure. It's about commitment. It's about emotion. And it does something to your brain. It's the release. Yeah, there's so many.
About giving up control.
It's about giving to your partner, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's about giving your most personal moment to your partner, your most personal side of yourself to your partner. It's about giving your everything to your partner.
Well, he says that viewing sexuality as a kind of altered state of consciousness could actually help people see sex as something extraordinary.
Well, it is. You completely lose yourself inside another person.
Well, even bad sex is good sex.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, I guess what he's talking about is potentially helping people to have a greater appreciation for their partners. and possibly
Well, the
even
connection-
helping, to prevent sex from losing its fascination, because that does happen.
Oh, yes, it certainly does.
Yeah.
Yes. You could totally lose your fascination with somebody based on their behavior.
That's
and
right.
so that would be something then.
That's falling out of love and falling out of euphoria.
Exactly. And so then there would be no reason to have sex with that person anymore.
That's right. So next time, listeners, you want to get freaky, we here at Trend Radio always say this: focus less on the destination.
And more on the journey, because it's all about the journey.
That's right. Paying more attention to the rhythm will make it better for both of you.
Exactly.
So being in that altered state, there are a lot of different kinds of female orgasms that you can have. I think there's only one male orgasm.
Really?
But
I guess there's different reactions to the male orgasm then, because I would think that there's.
Well, I guess they could be more intense than others, but
Yeah, I guess.
Science has
I mean, like there could be a dribble or an explosion. I guess.
but that's still the same kind of
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree. Women have different ones. Absolutely.
Alrighty, so we're going to say it plain. So buckle up, boys and girls. Elise and I, we talk about sex. And not just any sex. We talk about deep, thinking, penetrating type of sex.
We talk about good sex and bad sex.
That's right. And the all-elusive orgasm.
Absolutely.
So, a woman's orgasm has perplexed scientists, mostly male scientists, for centuries.
Oh, yes.
Yes, from Freud to Lloyd. Hundreds of studies dedicated to why women have orgasms. But more importantly, how. How to give them one.
Yes.
And we talk a lot about orgasms on our show and how to do it and what the best way to do it. And really it's what's best for you and what your partner is. It's what's best for you and your partner and what's good for you and your partner. And this has boggled the minds of scientists for basically ever. With men and women disagreeing time and time again on the proper way to get a woman off, they argue that vaginal orgasms don't exist.
Now, who argues that?
These are scientists.
They say that vaginal orgasms don't exist?
That's what they say. And they say that women can only orgasm through clitoral stimulation.
I think we know that vaginal orgasms do exist.
Oh, yeah. We've done study
because
after
we've
study.
done so many different studies about that.
Well, then they argue that a vaginal climax is a better climax than a clitoral one.
Well, how could they possibly argue that a vaginal climax is better if they're saying that there is no vaginal climax?
Well, this is what they're arguing about, these scientists. There is one, there isn't one. It is, but it's better, but the other one's not as good.
Well, they're different.
They're different, yes.
They're different.
And there's a new study published in the Socioaffective Neuroscience and Psychology.
Okay.
And it essentially tells all of those other studies to shut up.
Oh. Hush, hush.
Hush, hush. That's right. It is the female's subjective experience along with her specific anatomy and physiological responses that defines what is and is not an orgasm.
Okay, so in other words, just stop all of the arguing, okay? Listen, boys, pay attention. Female orgasms happen in all sorts of ways. They just do. Okay? Get over the stuff, pay attention, and just know that.
That's right. The study goes on to say that a woman can climax from one or more sources of stimulation.
Absolutely.
And this includes the clitoris, the cervix, areas around the G-spot, and even breasts, earlobes, and
I was just about to say.
Anyway,
Yeah.
really.
Your toes, if they're pressed a certain way, the nerve endings. Your earlobes also, tremendous number of nerve endings there. Your nipples, that can happen for men and women. I mean, it's amazing.
The fold in your skin behind your knee.
There are a lot of different little places that are very exciting. Your wrist. There are just certain things that hit certain spots when they're touched a certain way.
That's right. Valentino, when he kissed a woman's hand, he didn't kiss the back of their hand like you see in so many movies. He turned their hand over, palm up, and kissed their wrist. And the women melted.
And the wrist has, again, certain nerve endings, and it's the idea that you're kissing them in a different place. And that sends something right to your brain. That alerts your brain and says, excitement.
That's right. And orgasms do not have to come from one site or from all sites.
No, they can come from any site.
And they do not have to be the same for every woman.
Well, they're not.
Nor for every sexual experience.
They're not. They can be longer, shorter, different. It's amazing how many different ones there are.
That's right. So, ladies, if you're having trouble reaching any type of orgasm, call me. I have read this study 10 times over, top to bottom, inside and out.
Oh, you know what? Maybe.
Call me. Use the code word different kinds.
Why don't you do this? Just call him and ask for Tony V. You'll be glad you did.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Hey, I'm waiting outside. Could I close the show? Please. Hey, can I close the show? Al, talk him into let me close the show. I just want to do the closing. Can I do it, please?
Come on in, Tony.
Oh, thank you.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I got a key.
I'm sorry.
Hey, cuz, thank you so
Thanks.
much. Thank you so much. Okay. All right.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, Alicia, how you doing? Hey, I hope I didn't get anybody mad over there this morning. But
you're too cute to get anybody mad.
All right. Hey, you've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920tojersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to these guys over here.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune into your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
Hey, I'm Tony V.
And
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
Yeah, listen to them next week. That's right. We'll talk to you next week.
We'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.